Okay. Gonna wait a minute for people to get back on. Steve, come get your phone. I see Beth on camera. She's not there.
Here you go. It's not working.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay. You tried.
Yep. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Martha. Not there. She is. Hello, Beth. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, good. So,
all right, let's let people get back in. Give them a minute.
Okay.
I named it Gotcha, Heather, since obviously you guys were all conspiring against me.
It was a good conspiracy.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess it's all right.
Well,
Do
if
I
not
need to have
me,
Steve spike this?
if not me, who else is going to do that?
Correct. You're absolutely right. No, Rose, you didn't miss us. Beth's been conspiring behind my back, but I'm sure you know what it's about.
Of course she does. She was in on it.
You guys are some stinkers. You know that?
As was Chris and Miranda and Kimberly. And Miranda's so upset because she's working and she wanted to watch this so bad.
Oh,
Rosanna, Chris, Miranda, all the girls.
Brandy.
Oh, please.
Of course.
She's been more excited than anybody.
Oh, hi, Georgina.
So, Georgina was in on it.
Yeah, can you see the comments?
No.
Yeah, because you're on your phone, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you won't. They're probably like this big.
Oh. Wait, no, I can't see them at all. There's no comment screen here.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out, but that's
yeah,
okay.
we will. Oh, and Leanna, Lois. I see how it is. Is there a group chat I'm not a part of all of a sudden?
Yeah, there was this past week. Sorry.
Okay.
So, one of the main things everybody wanted to know, number one, how did you get started beading?
Okay, so I started beading when I was in high school with a couple of friends of mine. Very easy stuff, stretch bracelets. That's about it. That was pretty much all that we did. And then I dabbled in it here or there. I made a necklace for one of my daughter's dances here or there. And then I really got into crochet and macrame. And
Okay. Hold up there.
it's all jewelry stuff, I promise.
But bear that in mind, because another question was, what other mediums do you use? So bear that in mind, but go ahead. So what made you get into macrame?
I loved the wall hangings and stuff, and I wanted to make my own. I didn't like the ones at the store. Most of them have zip ties on them, and that's how they attach them to the wood. Or they're glued horribly, whatever. So I didn't want anything from the big box stores. And I used to love knots. Like growing up in church, we learned how, whatever. And so
wait, back that up. You learned how to make knots in church?
Yeah, I was raised LDS. So I had brothers that were in Boy Scouts and stuff. And so I helped them learn the knots they needed to get their merit badges. So that's how that happened.
Okay.
So I started knotting and got really into it. And a little over almost 4 years ago now, all of a sudden I couldn't crochet or macrame anymore. My hands hurt, couldn't do it for longer than a minute or two. It was just bad. So I did that to deal with my pain. I had to have something else to focus on, or I was literally going nuts.
I trust me, I understand.
Yeah, it's okay, Kimberly. You didn't miss much. We just got restarted. So, and so I started doing jewelry again because of it. And um, about, I don't know, 5 or 6 months after I got back into it really, really good, I started losing a lot of people that I love. I lost my mom. I lost my dad. I lost 2 of my siblings. I lost my aunt and then my brother in law. And without the beading community, I'd still be here because I lost my best friend to suicide when I was young, and I could never do that to my loved ones. Not that he was a young man when it happened, like in high school. So, but yeah, and it was the beading community that got me through it because it was just one after another, after another, after another, and it was just a really difficult period of time in my life. I was dog breeding. So, but that world, not to be funny, is very catty. It's a lot of backbiting and a lot of, oh, they do this wrong. You need to do it this way. You need to do it that way. So that's when I started beading. And yeah, I can tell you the rest. I can crochet and macrame all I want again. So I don't know. It's just, but I love this community so much.
Okay, and I totally agree with you there. The most, at least it seems like what's being built right now is a very unified community. And there's room for all of us.
Yep.
There's a necklace for every neck out there.
Right, exactly. And like any of us only have one.
Right.
And so
that brings up another question.
Hold on. There are so many different niches within this community that there is room for all of us. Leanna, you missed about 5 minutes. We just restarted. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Sid. Pauline. Anyways, okay, the next question.
Next question was, what all forms of crafts do you do?
I do just about anything. I don't do paper craft. I have a brand new Cricut maker that was top of the line and all the accessories. But with my Durkums, my memory recall isn't good. I have to do something literally like 30 to 50 times to get it. And there are way too many steps to using a Cricut, so I can't figure it out. So I wish that I knew somebody local that would be down to like cut my like the wood earring blanks and whatever else that I want for it, and then they can use it for whatever they want. But yeah, it's brand new. Steve got it for me for Mother's Day like 5 years ago, but it's just too many steps for me. So
I sold my Cricut.
Yeah, I have cross stitched, crocheted, macrame. I've done dream catchers. I've made like great big huge mandalas that are like 30 inches wide, and I just crochet them and then wrap them around and stuff like that. So yeah, it was fun. Brandy, I'll send it to you. You pay the shipping, I'll send it to you. Just gotta make me my earring stuff I want. Hi, Cindy. But yeah, so I do all of that. I don't think I love to do like floral designs. It just depends on what it is. I've made them as big as hula hoops. So like I had to buy hula hoops and wrap them with ribbon, and that's as big as some of my wall hangings go. And then I've made ones that are like 4 feet wide by like 4 or 5 feet long. I love doing it. It's so much fun.
You're going to have to show us pictures of that one day, young lady.
All right, I will. I will, because I enjoy it. So, yeah.
Okay. Next question. And this is a good one. Everybody's noticed that you seem to never wear jewelry. How come?
Okay. Steven calls me his princess in the pea because I'm very sensitive. I have neuropathy over most of my body. So I and Durkheim's causes different things. One of the things is sometimes I get blisters, and I had them all over my scalp 3.5 years ago. No, like 3 years ago. Now my son's a junior in college, and it was right before his graduation. I shaved my head completely because it hurt so bad. Any little tug, any little pull. And I was going to wait it out until he graduated, and he came in and was like, Mama. And I'm like, what? We need to talk. Okay, what? Mama, I want you at my graduation. I don't care if your hair's at my graduation. If you're in pain, do it. And he helped me shave my head 2 weeks before his high school graduation.
Wow.
So yeah, but every little wrinkle, like, we can't have mattress pads anymore that are cotton or down because I feel it all and it's very uncomfortable. So I wear jewelry like when I'm going out or whatever else, but when I'm at home, I don't ever think to. I love to wear earrings. I wear those a lot. But again, if I lay down, they poke me and everything else. And so, but when I go out and do things, I absolutely wear jewelry all the time. So yeah.
And what's your favorite? Earrings, necklace, or bracelet?
I love earrings because I feel like it elongates the neck, but I'm very much a believer that earrings and necklaces are for everybody else and the bracelets are for us. So I love coming up with bracelet designs. Like, yeah, it's fun. My disorder, hold on one second. My disorder is called Durkheim's disease, Sid. It is like 0.00003% of the population has it. So that is less than 50,000 people in the world. And I have what they think is the worst form of it. But the website literally says, print this out. Your doctor's probably never heard of it. So, and they haven't. Most of them have not. I try to let every medical person I come into contact with tell them to look it up. But some of you will know that I talked about doing a fundraiser, and the reason it didn't happen was because it was canceled because there weren't enough participants. So I'm waiting for another one, and then I absolutely want to still do the auction to raise money so that the more research can be done. And not to get morbid, but it's already set up. My body's donated to science when I pass because I want them. I hope that they can help it because it's, I get lipomas everywhere and they're painful. So yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Cindy says she doesn't wear jewelry at home either. Yeah. Linda never does.
So, how did you learn to identify as many the gemstones? It's like you know so much about them. How did that come about?
Okay, I don't do anything halfway. So, like, I still do research about dog
not
breeding.
you.
Yeah, I still do research about dog breeding and everything else, but I will tell you that anytime Bernie completes, like, takes in a buyout or whatever else, I like to go down and help him sort it because he tells me things about all of them. He has taught me how to identify different stones. He's taught, I mean, there's new beads every time I go in there. Like, I had never heard of the hemimorphite, and it's stunning.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe that when you showed it to me.
It's like this beautiful light celery green. It's absolutely gorgeous. We already said I'm sending Linda stuff because she saw it. And I said, I want to know what you do with it. So if I send you stuff, she's like, I've got ideas spinning. So I'm like, okay, we're sending it. But yeah.
You know what it reminded me of was Larimer or Angelite.
Yes, the green one. But yeah,
yes.
the lightest tone of that is the color of the stone. It's like, if you know, like, true Amazonite, and I'm not talking about like Brazilian, that's a dark green. I'm talking about the icy blue color one. It's absolutely stunning. Hemimorphite is oh shush, Cindy. You are naughty, Cindy. Okay, sorry, this is kind of an inside joke. Bernie says I say stunning too much. So if you were off the sale, you'll see it. but then he started saying it by the end of the night, so it was funny. But yeah, like that. That's like the icy blue. The hemimorphite is like the icy green version. So
Right.
pretty. Yeah, and I had never heard of it. So we did Amazonite as a coordinating bead. And you guys said that you liked that we gave a commercial grade or a lesser grade, whatever, although Bernie doesn't have, they're beautiful. So but it's on the more economical side of things, whereas hemimorphite was like $30 and $45 for the strand. That's the retail. But yeah, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I had so much fun putting together the sale this week. I know we had a lot of items. We're probably not going to do that many again, but we are going to keep it there. But yeah.
Did you get a lot of people responding to the fact that you put the PDF out beforehand?
They loved it.
Yeah.
It allows people to budget ahead of time to know what's coming up, so they don't buy things and then regret it because they can't get something later. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. So you said you started this when you were younger in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever walk away from it, or have you just continuously done it the whole time?
I've always had beads. And I have a variety of beads. I have an entire closet full of silicone beads that you can use for beaded pens and beaded like keychains and whatever else. I'm probably going to put together kits for you guys because I have so many. And then you guys can do it. You guys can make pacifier clips, whatever. I can show you how to do all that and put together a couple of kits for it. I know that a couple of you guys had been asking if I would do kits, and I have an idea. I have to talk to the rest of theirs, but I think it would be fun if like each of us had a week and I put out a kit and then the next week somebody else did and then the next week that way it would help us cover the cost of the wire and stringing material and all of that we go through like crazy because we put together a design, we cut it up, we put it together. That's why in every video where I'm cutting a material, I say cutting a little more is actually less wasteful, because if we cut it where we think it's going to be and it's too short, we've now wasted that material. Plus, we have to pull the larger strand of it out. So it's actually less wasteful to have a little bit more. It really is. So, but yeah, I love it. I've always had it, but it hasn't been continuous. But I'm telling you, this time around, it's been continuous and it hasn't stopped. Like Steven bought me one of those hospital tables so I could still bead while I was recovering for different surgeries or treatments. And so it really is the thing. I literally have to set reminders on my phone because I have like alarms from my medication that go off. And then I always have one an hour later that says, "Did you actually take your meds?" Because all I have to do is say stop and the alarm goes off. And I'm sure you all know, like when you get into it, you're like, and so I have multiple alarms. But yeah, I love it. I don't know what it is. I think it amazes me that the earth and then human beings can create things so beautifully. I used to think the bone beads were gross and whatever else until I learned that it's actually considered a sign of respect to adorn yourself, because it shows you're not taking the animal's life for granted. You're not this, you're not that. And then when you see them, like these were some of my favorites this week. They're what's known as burn carbs. So they have little tools that have the shapes, and then they're heated. So when they do it, it insets it into the wood, and they're absolutely or into the bone. And so I've had a new like fascination with it. My favorite this week were these. They're absolutely stunning. They look like wood bones or wood bees, but they're not. They're bone, but they're absolutely stunning. And I just, so yeah, so I learned a lot from Bernie.
You know
I
what? That
learned,
reminds me a little bit of bronzite.
oh yeah, 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 it is a lot like bronzite. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Yes.
What's your favorite color?
I don't have one. Honestly, I love so many colors. I tend to gravitate towards like the dusty pinks and purples and blues and like and stuff like that, but I love all color. I always have. I've never really had like, oh, this is my favorite. I do go in phases. So but I do that in jewelry too. I'll do a lot of leather for a while and then I get back into wire for a while. And then and I love that about jewelry that there are so many different things that if you get burnt out in one area, you can go and either do another one if you know it or learn another one. So I love that. And I think that the teaching aspect of YouTube is so rewarding. Even before I was doing YouTube, two of the most popular posts were one that I put up and that I said I hadn't put up a picture in over 5 years. If you're not ready to change your profile picture, drop one down in the comments so we can put a face to the name. And then I did another one because I was hearing all the time that nobody in my life knows I make jewelry. Nope. I don't give it away. I don't sell it. No, I can't. And so I did a similar post. Okay, if you're not ready for there to be a post about just your piece, put a picture in the comments. And what happened is a lot of people got a lot of great comments. Some of those threads under the comments were 15, 20, 25 comments deep where there were
Wow.
little side conversations going on. And I know several people who started selling their stuff since then. And like I got a phone call one night at like 9:00 at night and I didn't recognize the number. I don't know why I answered it, but I did. And it was a woman telling me that she had just gotten her first custom sale. She had only put up stuff 2 weeks ago and she was so excited. And that's the stuff that invigorates me. The teaching, the like trying, especially teaching you to learn your worth. My daughter, one time we were talking about something and I was like, I just wish that I didn't know enough. And she's like, Mama, I knew my worth. I just put myself on sale. That's all. And so that's what I like to say. Don't put yourself on sale. Don't, especially not clearance. You're worth it.
Well, you know what? It's very difficult. You've been doing this for years and years and years. But for those of us who haven't done it as long, like I was in sales all my life. I'm great at it. But when you're putting up something that you created and you made, it's like you're putting your heart on the line.
Absolutely.
So
And
I think it's very tough for people to, I mean, you know what a hard time I had even posting stuff to begin with.
And that's the whole thing. That's what I'm trying to teach the people that I come across is that they have a worth. They have a worth. And that there's somebody out there that's going to love your stuff. So go ahead and do it. I am currently researching platforms for another alternative to the most popular one right now. I'm not even going to say their name because I don't like
Starts with an E, like Elizabeth.
Yeah, I don't like how much they take from makers. We already spend so much on the materials that we could buy a cheap version of what we're making, but for like $5 or $10, but whereas that's our cost, and so it's difficult. So when they take as much as they take, it's just, I don't like it. And so I've literally been researching platforms. There's one called Palmdale or something Palm. I can't think of it. But they have several versions. You can do a dollar sale where it like starts at $1 and people bid up, and you can put like a threshold. If it doesn't sell, you can start a store. I don't know. I'm still researching everything. And once I have more information, I'm going to put out what I've learned about them so that you guys will have another alternative. Right now, I encourage people to use Facebook Marketplace. You can have it set to anywhere that it can be shipped. You can have it within your community. You can have it like, that's one way, but also just family and friends. You post stuff and they're like, "Oh wow." And then they're like, "I love that necklace you gave me. Can you help me?" Like, I'm having a friend of ours is going to help me with an intro and outro video. And I was like, "Well, how much would it be?" And she's like, "Well," because I had asked if we could barter about something else. And she goes, "Well, I was thinking about what you said the other day. And you think we could do a barter, like where I help you with the videos and then you just make some jewelry for me so that I have it for gifts?" And so that's what we're going to do. So,
And that's perfect. I would
I
love
agree.
for us
Hold on.
later
I
on do a
agree.
show where we talk about different ways to, not just online, you know me and my technical limitations,
Yeah.
but different ways to sell your jewelry.
Yes. And as Charlie just said, she hates the fact that they have so many sellers that they sell purely manufactured items instead of handmade as they started. Yes, because if you go on Temu, you can buy 40 leather bracelets for $15 and turn around and sell them here. But there's not that. I'm very particular when I make my jewelry. I think about it thoroughly. I try to put colors together. Like, this Men's Day challenge wasn't just about it wasn't just about men's jewelry. I wanted you guys to see that it's not a lot of difference between men and women's jewelry. You swap out a buffalo round spacer bead and put in a faceted spinel. It's now a women's design, and oftentimes it's very little things that change something from being more masculine to feminine or feminine to masculine. And I hope that, like, I know I was a couple days behind. I have one more to record and then I'm done with the thing. But I had somebody say, "I love this so much. Can you do like Manly Mondays where you are doing a men's design? Or what about Two for Tuesdays where you show a man and a woman's like coordinating set?" We lost Beth. I bet her phone died. Oh,
Excuse me.
there you go.
My husband would probably like to lose Beth. Oh, you know what though? I didn't tell you. And for all the BBBs in here, I'm not going tomorrow. Oh, go ahead.
Get this from your friends.
You guys.
Thank you, Steve.
Love you, girls.
Love you too, baby.
Are you guys trying to make me cry on camera?
Well, as long as they're happy tears, I got no problem with that.
It's beautiful.
Your husband was in on the whole thing.
I'm sure he was, that little stinker. He's going to be stuck in the car with me for 5 hours tomorrow, too.
Well, you know what? You better spend 5 hours telling him how much you love him and how great it is that he gets that involved in what you do. This is just a very, very small thing for us to tell you how much we love you, Heather.
Aww.
You do an amazing job. You're a great designer. And honestly, even more importantly than that, at least to me, and I think to most, is you're a wonderful person. You're a great friend. You're kind. You're caring. You share you don't mind sharing. You want to include everybody. That's a rarity in this world. And we just want you to know that it's very much loved and appreciated.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes it's hard, you know, and like in the world of all the like emojis and stuff, when people are just like, put a heart here, put an emoji there, the fact that you guys did all of this, like, it's beautiful. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And I love you ladies. Like I said, I don't know that I would have gotten through this, my period of grief that is still going on. And because it has ripples, you know, it comes and goes and whatever else, but it's, I would do just about anything for you ladies.
You know what? It is what goes around comes around. Your caring, generosity, and love is being returned to you because that's what you give every day. So you don't need to worry about anything else. I am so proud of you.
Thank
I
you.
have seen you when you didn't really intend on starting it like this and doing this.
Nope.
And I know it wasn't easy for you because I don't think you love being in front of camera any more than I do.
Yeah, no, I really didn't.
But you did it, and you did it not for yourself. You did it for all of us.
Yeah.
And we just want you to know that we love you.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much, you guys. I really do. It's hard sometimes that, like I said, sometimes it's hard to know. And so I really appreciate that you guys went all of this and did this. I really do appreciate it.
So you're not mad at me for not making something tonight?
No, I'm not mad at you, but you're coming back and making something later.
Oh, you know what? That brings another question up. Do you
What?
design before you create, or do you create on the fly?
Both.
Okay.
Both. So, I was actually in the last video, I'm like, I'm gonna have to put up a poll and see if you guys like when I swap things up on while I'm in a video, or would you prefer like I have the design set before I started recording, because I have bead FOMO. I can't, like, if I all of a sudden am putting something together and go, oh my gosh, I have to see what that bead looks like in there. And so and then sometimes I start over and what I was doing originally turns into something else. And I oftentimes wonder if you guys get annoyed and are just like, okay, get to it.
No, not at all. And you expected me. I did on from the bargain bead box from this month. I really liked it, but like the neutral colors are not necessarily my thing. And I credit you with this. I made a set the other day. Hold on.
Grab it, please. I want to see it.
Well, it's on bargain.
I'm sure I've seen it, but
you've already
yeah.
commented on it. Oops.
I know, Chris. I'm trying. Or Kim, I'm trying. I'm getting a new camera and then it won't be an issue. I promise. Because the new camera's going to work. But yeah. I know I hate when I go off, when I realize I've done. That is beautiful. Okay, wait, hold that up. Hold on 1 second. Oh, wow. That's stunning.
But those aren't my colors. But you've taught me, along with some others, mainly the girls, that it's okay to try different things. Because you know what? The truth is, you're right. If you don't like it, just take it off. And you know, I do a lot of, lately I've been doing a lot of stringing. I like wire work too.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do is I cut my piece, and because I do everything on the fly, I just cut my piece and I've decided on my main color, and then I make a mess of my bead map by throwing all kinds of different things on there. And I just sit there and play with beads until I come up with colors I like together.
Yeah. And the thing is like I was saying when I was showing off the beads, I was saying that, oh goodness, now I lost what I was saying. Oh, I said you got some beautiful beads because I showed off the blue-green kyanite, but I didn't know if there was, okay, good. You guys like it. Thank you. Sign on the fly seems to be good. Great. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, I showed them the blue-green kyanite that I got. But I only ever went over there because I was at the store and you're like, tell me what bead goes with this labradorite, the perfect color. Da, 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 da.
Oh my
And
God, you just blared
no,
it.
I did not. No, I did not, hon. I already said she's got something going.
Oh,
So I
okay.
can't, I'm not going to say what bead it was. Chill. No, but no, I know it was a surprise. Hard, Gina. Oh, thank you, Martha. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I like to try different things. I like to try different mediums, but I think the best part is the teaching. And like when Rosanna said the other day that she's tried to do barrel knots for forever, and that the way that I taught it was easier. And I will never, ever say my way is the only way because it's not. And you need to go and watch 2 to 3 other content creators' method of doing the same thing because we all learn and we all teach completely differently. And somebody out there is going to click, and all of a sudden it's going to make sense to you because there's nothing out of your reach. And I say that I don't seed bead because I'd send more flying than would end up on the string with like my spasmy hands and stuff, but I wish I could. It's beautiful. Cindy West does amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm going to get her on the show, even if I have to just show up on with a camera because she just lives across town. So
Oh yeah, definitely get her on.
yeah, she makes beautiful stuff with peyote stitch. Oh, and then she's like, I'm not creative. It's just a pattern. You are creative. You picked a pattern. Like, but yeah, Cindy's like, nope. Yes, I will eventually, my love. But and
Well,
I love
honey, I love
you.
you. I'm going to go refill my cranberry juice.
Sure, that's what it is.
It is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
I want all you guys. I'm serious. I don't just want content creators on the show. I want to highlight the beautiful artists in our community. And this
Oh
is
my
just
gosh, there's so many talented
I
pictures. I
know.
look at them and I'm in awe.
Yeah. Kimberly does Martha, you guys all have beautiful work. Beautiful work. So we'll get it set up. Kim, we'll have to work on. We're still trying to get her a phone that works.
But you know what I think she she's she was hoping. Is she on?
Yep, she's on.
Okay,
She's
good.
LOLing me.
Miranda was crying because she's working.
Uh-huh.
So, all right, baby, I love you. We all love you. And we just want you to know you don't need to stress about anything. You
Thanks.
just need to keep doing what you're doing, being who you are.
Well, thank you.
I love what you do with jewelry, but even more so, Brandy said she'll go on. Yay.
Woohoo!
Even more so, I love
that.
you as a person.
Thank you.
I'm signing off.
All right. As always, everybody, we love you. Oh, good. I'm glad Kimberly said she just got her webcam. Okay. I love you all. Have a great night. I got to get ready because we're leaving to go see this angel. And her mama got a video of her first giggles. And I am so excited to go hear him in person. So
I don't blame you.
Yep. All right, guys.
By the way, my 14-year-old granddaughter, they're down in Florida doing the junior national volleyball tournament.
Uh-huh.
They're playing for the championship tomorrow.
Woohoo! Okay, well, we're sending happy vibes, everybody.
Okay, love you. Love all of you ladies. Too. Talk to you later.
Happy beating.
Mwah. Bye.